very interesting tutorial of MATLAB, and today we are going to see how you can create a plot on top of real world map. So let's say you want to represent a road, you want to represent a region, you want to represent a country, a sea, a river, a building, a boundary of building, a boundary of certain region on top of real world map, how you can do it. So that's what we are going to see in today's video. So the version currently I'm using is 2022b. So in case some of the functions don't work in your MATLAB, please check your MATLAB version. Maybe your version is different and then function is not supported by your version. So you can always go to MATLAB website and see what is the alternate function that you can use. So with time, with every revision of the MATLAB, they update some of the versions, some of the functions, or maybe they change some of the functions. So that's why maybe it's possible you will see error whenever you use some function. If that is the case, please check your version, updated 2022, or if not, check if there are some alternate functions available in your version. So let's get started. This is the file that is available in MATLAB library, so you can use it to load some of the coordinates. So we can see latitude and longitude, and this is the US latitude and longitude. That is what we need. We can see there are 4205 points for latitude and 4205 points for longitude. We can open it and we can see these are all the latitude, and similarly these are all the longitudes. Okay, so let's create a figure. So this line number 8 is basically docking that figure automatically. So let's say you create figure and now you want to dock it automatically. You can run this line and the figure is docked here. Okay, so let's use a simple plot command that we were using in past and see what happens. So when you plot it, you can see there are no latitudes and longitudes. The axes are just simple 2D axis, and this map looks like US boundaries, but it is not really on top of any kind of map. So you want to create some kind of a base map that represents that this is US. So you can do it using geoplot command. So all you have to do is you can use instead of plot, you have to use geoplot, and then you have to specify latitude and then longitude. By default, it will take streets light map as a base map. Let me plot it and you will see. What it actually means is that it will give user a light colored background and then allow the user to plot the data on top of it. So now you can see this is a light colored background, and you can see there is a United States written here. And the interesting thing is now the axes are changed. You can see the latitude is here, you can see the longitude is here. You can see it's automatically labeled. You don't have to do anything. Another thing is you have to be careful about specifying latitude and longitude in order. So if you change this order, you will get the error. Let me show you this. So we can copy it and we can replace this one, and we can use this one as the first command, and when you run it, you will see the error. Expected latitude to be an array with all of the values greater than or equal to -19. So that is what is tuned actually within the geoplot function. So you can't go out of the limits. Even if your data is within the limit, you will not see the right latitudes and longitudes plotted, because this is already created. These latitude and longitude, or the axes, are already created. As soon as you hit geoplot function, the latitude and longitude are specified automatically. So be careful about that. Now, as I said, the word base map, the base map is basically on top of which you are plotting. So you can choose different base maps. Let's say you think, no, this is not good, it is black and white. You can convert it to the colored one. So for that, you have to change the default base map to some kind of a topographic, let's say. So this is by default available not by default, this is available in MATLAB, and you have to select it after plotting, after creating geoplot. So once you, let's say you want to change it geomass and then geo base map to topographic, when we run it, you will see it's really nice colored and there are like more details. This is not only this region that you can see. If you zoom out, you can see even the whole world. You can see here, you can see the whole world. So this actually fits in the data and zoom in so that you can see a nice view. However, when you call geo-based map, it is actually the whole world map. Now there are various base maps available. As I already said, the default is street light. So when I run it, it will give you the base map, which is just like what we saw previously. So we'll start from there to see how many different kinds of base maps are available. I'm just bringing in this data table, and this data is available in MATLAB library. So I'll just bring that into give you another example, and then we will plot this using GeoBubble plot. I have another video for GeoBubble plot as well. If you want to look at that, you can do, and you can see the details. But first we'll create this geoplot, and then we will change the base maps behind that. It will take some time because bubbles will take some time to be created. Okay, now by default you can see this is streets light is the default. So it will give you a light background. If I change it again to street light, you will see that nothing is changed because by default it was the base map. Now another thing that you can do is you can create streets dark. This is similar to streets light, but only thing is that now you, instead of light background, you will have a dark background. So when we do this, you can see now the background is converted to dark. And then streets, geo-based map streets will give you more information about streets. So it emphasizes about the accurate geometry and styling of the roads. So when I run it, you can see a different one. So I zoomed in this region to show you how these different base maps are affecting the background. So when we use geo-based map streets, we can see transits, really nice shape of transits, and then the base map looks a little different than dark. Now if you want to go to satellite, so what you can do is you can convert this street to satellite, and in satellite you can see high resolution images of that world. So let's run this and we can see. Okay, so this is from satellite. You can see this is real, looking really nice. Looks like an actual 3D plot, very nice shapes. So you can use this geo-based map satellite, and then you can use geo-based map topographic, where you can see all the topographic details. So it is different than streets, but it little bit looks like that. So then you can use land cover. So this will give you the land cover. I'm just zooming out so that you can see the holistic view. And then when you use color gradient, then that is different. It looks like a really nice watercolor painted base map. Then you can use blue and green, where you can specify the sea as blue and the land as green. Then you can use gray land, which will basically convert the land to gray and the river to the seas to white, water to white. And then geo-based map dark water, it basically converts the water to the dark and the land to the light background. And if you don't want to get any kind of background, you can specify none. So the difference between the plot and geo-based map none is that in simple plot there was no axis by default, but here you have your own axis, not your own axis, but geo-based map axis or geomap axis, but you don't have any background. So that is different than what we were using only plot function. So these are some this is some background about how you can choose different kind of base maps. Now we can create several lines or specify several regions by specifying them separately. For example, we'll create this data set, and then we'll call geoplot, and then latitude, longitude first set, latitude, longitude second set, latitude, longitude third set. So all these three sets are basically the boundaries of three different states, and then we want to show the boundaries of these three different states on top of topographic base map. So first, let's bring in this data, and now we can see that we have latitude and longitudes. We have different number of data points for them. Now I create a plot, geoplot. You can see this is the by default base map, the gray map, and you can see these three states. Okay, this is Tennessee, this is Indiana, and this is West Virginia. And now when I go geomaps topographic, you can see the base map is changed, and you can see the topographic details there. You can also do different line styles, just like we did in the simple plot command. It's very similar. You'll create a geoplot, and then after that you have to give the color name, and then line color name, style, and marker. Then you can specify your base maps as well. So let's create this exemplary figure. Now you can see that the marker is round circle, and then the line style is this break line, and then this color is black. So that's how you can create a different line styles. Similarly, you can change the markers, or you can change the marker colors, you can change the marker face colors, you can change the line width as well. So all of these things are very similar, or I would say exactly same to what we did in the plots. For example, you can use the binary codes, or you can use the long form or short form. Please watch that video if you are not familiar with that. I have created a full video to specify different line styles and explain about specifying different line styles and different colors by using different commands. So let's create this figure. Now you can see this this is a customized line style and customized markers. We can use geolimits. So geolimits is by default, this is now this is around 30 to 38, and this is from 92 to 86, but you can choose different limits, and it's like this. In 143 you will call geolimits. It's not like X limit and Y limit. You should call geolimits and then specify the latitude limit and then longitude limits. And now you can see this is very nice fitted in these limits. You can change the base map to, let's say, criterion, and now you can see the different base map. Okay, you can add the text to the geographic plot. Let's say you want this point, for example, and this point to be marked or to be labeled with some text. Okay, so for example, I am in this example I am using these latitude and longitude, and then I'm creating this vector that has these strings which are basically the different names, and then I will label these latitude and longitude with these names. Okay, so what you can do is you can create this kind of vectors, or whatever number of labels you want to create, and then you can create geoplot. It's until this it's similar. Then you can use the base maps. So now streets base map is there. By the way, this is really nice view of street maps. So street view. So you can see now all of these streets are very well marked and very well labeled. Okay, so you can see names, you can see their geometry, everything. Now you can create your limits, and these are the black points you can see here. Now I want to label these points. So what you can do is let me comment this out. You can use text, and then within text you can call latitude, longitude, and then wherever you want to whatever the vector you have created for labels. So this is latitude, longitude, and then n is the labels vector. And run this, you can see this is road canal, this is East Cambridge, this is Beacon Hill. So all of these labels are created. Back Bay. Okay, that is how you can create tables. And then you can also use tables to plot this data. I have shown you this in simple plot command as well, 2D plots. You can do it in geomaps as well. Everything is similar. Only thing is you have to call geomap, and then within that you have to call this table from where you are plotting this data, and then the column names. So column names will be called. So let's first create this exemplary table which is available in MATLAB library. So you can always call it, and then we can see what is in this table. So this is latitude and this is longitude. Okay, so these columns we will call to plot. We'll use geoplot, then table, then the columns that we want to plot, and then we'll use basemaps topographic. So let's first create this plot, and now let's plot. Now you can use, as we have plotted it by giving it a name like h is equal to geoplot. Now you can use the dot format to call to specify different properties. For example, you want to change the marker, you can use h dot marker, and if you want to change the color, you can use h dot color. So let me run this. Now you can see the color is changed, the marker is changed. So that is all for today. I hope this video will help you, and if you like the video, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, please write them down in the comments below. I'll try to answer them, and in case if the answer is lengthy, I'll try to make a video for that. So till next video, bye bye.